was fixed to lose.
And he's jerking some back already that's been obligated.
We didn't lose anything from any of the funds.
But they also lose some.
Is there anything anywhere else? Oh, anytime, if you see a question about a check on your bank balances, go to your financial balances, it should match up. And if it doesn't, then we need to tell you why. You're getting a copy of both.
We had insurance, I wanna say it was 20,000, is that correct on insurance somewhere?
Insurance and bonds, 25.
Is that insurance on buildings and insurance on vehicles as well? Is that all together?
All together, yes.
How many vehicles do we have insurance?
Well, they're all insured right now. We can't afford not to. They get on the road, we're fixing to have to get rid of them or use them more.
Okay.
So but now, this policy, as I understand it, is not per vehicle. We got blanket coverage.
Okay.
So if we go buy another new vehicle right now, our insurance still the same.
All right.
So if we drop some cars, it's probably not gonna lower.
It ain't gonna make no difference. I forgot about that, but I mean, that's just how it is. And the reason you're getting that, it's a incentive for the cities of Tennessee to have their own insurance company to do it.
Boat dock, is it covered under this insurance policy or is that a separate policy?
It's a separate policy.
It's gonna come out of that line item, but yeah, it's different than the public vehicle.
Yeah, he come down and looked at it the other day, we went down there, he had no problem.
Is it included though in the 25,000?
Yes.
I think, yeah, that was the same thing, wasn't it?
Is it real expensive to keep insurance up?
Well, that's another one of the things, you got a blanket coverage, we decided to do that. After you get over so many thousands of dollars, it starts going up. You buy 3 cars, 10 cars, it's the same thing. But after you get past this magical number, then it goes up. So we're well below on anything we got. We're at the minimum right now. And I like that, I don't like having to call every time you get a different vehicle or something, have to turn in your title and all that stuff and get it insured, till the minute we buy it, we cover. That's all. But now, that's not insurance companies, that's the state entity, that's all the cities and counties together that form this, that's kinda, I guess it's through an insurance company. That's how that operates. Anything else?
Natural gas double too, Ricky, wasn't just one.
I noticed.
We had some.
I wasn't throwing that.
You see what I'm talking about with the bank statements and the y'all approve financial statements every month, and you get a copy of the bank statements with the checks written every month. So, if you have a question on, you see a line item here and it says $500 and you don't see what it's for, just go over to the other one, it's gonna tell you one thing. But the check will be who it's made to and what it's for on the check and who people sign. Every one of them. And you'll get a copy of every one, plus the bank statement, every month.
Are we still paying Spectrum on 3 different locations, is that correct?
That's correct.
We're all with band spectrum here and the schoolhouse.
We're paying almost $200 a month at the school, and, that was kind of for the senior citizens, I think. Is the camera and all that?
Well, we're gonna need it for that camera.
We gotta have Spectrum at the school, count the radios and that weather camera they're putting up.
But we dropped it down at the river though, didn't it? Didn't they have internet down there at the river?
Everything's dead down there.
So we've got it here and at the schoolhouse now, right?
That's correct.
It's 2 places,
That's
not
right,
3
that's
places.
just two. We're gonna have it at the police department. Well, that's part of it, that's connected to this, isn't it?
No, we have one for the police.
It's separate. We can cut it off. Alright, y'all wanna cut it off, police department?
Do we need it?
Yeah. Cut it off.
Do you think our county deputies will utilize
Yeah,
that
I
in the
think they would.
future? Do you
Yeah.
think they'll need it? Will they need it?
The technology they got now, they don't need it, but they wouldn't hook it back up.
Yeah.
The paper would leave. Go ahead. Anybody have any objection to that? Anything else? You got a nice, clean budget here, very well balanced, very proud of y'all doing what you've done. It's showing you don't have to have property tax to get things done, by no means.
The street aid salary has been cut in half, right? Last page. Last column.
Yeah, we budgeted more for repairs, maintenance, and supplies. Culverts and road work.
If we run over a little bit in that,
We can amend the budget, take it out of the general fund. Now, a lot of this stuff, like, I'll tell you, that's what I was gonna tell you about anyway, but, well, I go ahead and tell you, we got culverts, we got ditches that's gotta be cleaned out, and culverts under the road that's got to be replaced. And that's stuff we can do without voting on, but I like to tell y'all, I don't know. But they're gonna be several $1,000s worth of work going on there. We'll be able to take this out of the general fund, and it won't come out of the budget of the maintenance department, and retire. It's just,
if they put in more work than we anticipate though,
we
when
can
y'all
amend
make
the
the
budget,
budget, it could be.
that's right, that's no problem. And there ain't many cities in the state of Tennessee or in the United States that don't amend their budget 3 or 4 times a year or more. That's just a common thing you do, you know, cause you never know what's gonna come up, just like the water bill that you're talking about. You know, they had it budgeted for the minimum every month, but if you have a water leak, I know one time I had one $600, well, that blows the budget right off the mouth, you know, you gotta have some slippage in there, and if you don't spend it, that money don't disappear. It's there for next year's budget, it's sitting there and it ain't been spent.
Especially when the city's minimum bill is $7.53.
Right. Right. And this money is, all this money in this budget, that don't mean this money's gonna be spent. It's just there in case they need it, and we approve what they need to get spent. But, say the fire department, for instance, $20,000 budget, they might have spent the 5, well, they got 15,000 next year to go on there, and we won't have to add the 5 to it, and they got 20,000 again. So I'm getting that, it's, but if they have bad luck, a pumper blows out, spend $10,000 or $12,000, you know, they cut their funds in half, you know. But it's sitting there if they need it.
Is Jimmy still doing some more work, or is he got everything?
He's still doing,
done?
he's still working on that carburetor, I don't know where he's at on that. But, he's got everything up to date on the bills and stuff, he brought, except the carburetor. Any more questions, anything else?
We're gonna do a poker run again this year.
Well, let's get this meeting over with. Get this done. This is the, budget.
Well, I say fundraiser for poker run, $5,000 is the reason I asked.
Well, Tim, for the budget, I'm sorry, I thought you was asking about the project. Tim Warren's supposed to be over that, I'll double check that, make sure he is again, but Tim will be a good one, he said he would, so if nothing interferes, I don't know anybody any better to get.
So that usually brings in $5,000?
I don't have a clue.
Last year it was $1,171.
I couldn't see who would be that. But that's just projected.
Well, we
All of it.
audited in 24, that we brought in 5,765, from the 2024 audit.
But it wasn't all profits, what Ricky's saying. Is that what you're saying, Ricky?
Is that what they showed us profit? They're showing $5,000 profit last year on
On
poker.
that line item.
If not, they audit ain't correct. That's screwed up. reading, we'll have one more reading and a public hearing on it, but we need to get it done. It's gotta be passed before July, and it's gotta be balanced, that's state law.
What is facility rental $400?
The gym. I think it's safe to say we've rented 8 times a year.
Oh, yeah, it's already been rented 3 or 4 times, hasn't it? Yeah, this year.
I noticed on our revenue on cable TV, normally we have about $5,000, and we've got, what, 2 different cable companies that's come in now, and it only increased 300. Are they paying a cable TV franchise tax for the city?
They've done that ever since I was mayor.
Well, it's not
When they
much,
brought
it's
it.
not much of a raise from getting 2 additional
A lot of people quit Spectrum.
cable TV.
That comes from Spectrum, that don't come from, this, that don't come from this LexNet.
Do they have to pay franchise?
They will have to once they get this bill together, and I'll make sure they do. Only, no one could get a copy of that, and the mayor's only to request it, a lot of people don't even know this, but the mayor has to request a status report from the state controller's office. And they'll give you a confidential list that's not even supposed to be shown to the city board during a meeting or anytime. It's a list of the people that pay sales tax and own business in Saltillo. If someone owns a business, they're not paying sales tax, and it's supposed to be up to the mayor to turn them in the report. It's confidential, kinda like HIPAA with medical.
Yes.
But that's how that works.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Spectrum's gonna take a hit.
Spectrum will take a big hit. But I will, I thought about that the other day, Ricky, that Lexington and the, any cable company providing service down here is collecting sales tax, and we're due our part in the city. Anything else? She's got it tweaked down pretty close. We completely cut out some lines totally. She said she didn't want to cut anything out till I went over it with her. We totally done away with some items we didn't need.
What was the salary for TIBRS?
Just Tigers before you.
Well, that's zeroed out anyways, I was just curious.
I did tell y'all we're gonna have to make any more payments on the camera they up about the last next week.
Body camera shit.
Yeah. That's it. They thought they got that, so they don't get stopped. So that's $36 we saved right there.
Do we have plans on selling this equipment out here soon? The reason I'm asking, I've had
Yeah, we've kinda.
several people have asked about, because they're interested in buying.
Don't know where to put it on that, website, or just do a local, but you generally end up getting more money if you do it on the website. When you advertise it locally, it don't bring near what it should. There's no problem to put it on there.
We've got Henderson County people who contacted me yesterday, this morning,
Well,
several of them
if we can get that camera,
around it.
can't look like the camera situation took care of it, if y'all were in agreement, we can give the sheriff the black car for the dirt program, for the drug education. And then sell everything else that you don't need. You need to keep, if you wanna keep the shuttle, you wanna keep one of the police cars, the fire cars, keep them. But we don't need them just sitting there, we're not gonna be.
Them Crown Vics ain't gonna bring much, or.
Nah.
I don't know, a lot of people interested in them, they're bringing, gov deals are bringing $2,500, $3,000.
Yeah.
What do you think that Explorer would bring?
I don't know, but I've kinda
15?
changed my attitude on the Explorer. The sheriff's department and city PD are selling cars left and right now, and why do we need to be giving them one when they're selling theirs? They have them on gov deals.
My thought was they're furnishing the 3 deputy day and that, well, they don't have to.
That's the deputy's job. I think if anything needs to come, we can sell that vehicle and put it back in the city.
What do you think the vehicle's worth?
Probably 12.
They pay 17 for it?
Let's get back to the budget. We can talk about this, equipment later. Anybody have any more questions about the budget? Anybody wanna make a motion to approve the first reading of the budget?
Make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? All opposed, like sign.
No,
Everybody, aye, unanimous?
no.
You're no, okay. Ricky, no, and everybody else, aye. Okay. They want, to review and approve the 2024 LPRL Town of Saltillo City Park Playground Improvement Project. Jessica's got the wording for it. They had to have specific, it had to be wrote up a certain way to be passed, if I do final approval on this thing for us to get a park money. So, if y'all wanna continue with the park and get the park money, you'll need to pass this here and we'll be done with it and get started on the park grant.
When do we need to, if we pass it, when do we need to start picking out playground equipment, or has it already been
It's
picked
done
out?
been picked out and ready to, I'm gonna say in 3 months it can be done, everything can be completed. We're fixing to tear down the old playground equipment this probably this week or this weekend.
Who's done the demolition on the old playground equipment?
We just gonna get volunteers, tear it down and haul it off.
Okay, what about the installment of the new playground equipment?
That'll be through contractor signed, they'll have to be bonded and insured.
That way all liability falls back on them,
Yeah,
right?
it's a big deal and it's gotta be approved through the state. Then after it's all said and done, they do a test to make sure, they actually take dummies out there and drop them on the ground. And you see what the impact is on would be on that child if it fell off the top of the equipment. And if it don't meet those qualifications, then they make it get it to where it does. So, it's very intense. And not
That's
just gonna let
just
them
for
build
the
it.
community center.
Do what now?
It's just for the park at the community center.
That's correct,
right now.
that's correct. That's one piece of equipment. I couldn't believe how high this equipment is, but if y'all
Just
want
one
it,
piece of equipment.
well, yeah, it was big. You got a picture of it.
It's
We
in
handed it to
the-
you. Yeah, right here. Yeah, it's in your stuff right there. There's what it is. Hard to believe it's $88,000.
And that's your pad, everything around, the base is all set and on.
But we gotta have a motion, second, and approve if you want the park grant. Anybody wanna make a motion, we approve it?
I mean, the grant's already been applied for, and we've got it, and the money's already budgeted.
Well, we got the COVID money, which was $70-something thousand we was gonna lose, now we got it all. We got it fixed where we won't lose it, and we're gonna use part of the COVID money to replace that equipment.
What about Lincoln Park?
There's nothing, they didn't have anything applied for on this for that. It only thing got approved over here.
We couldn't do it, that was gonna be too much, I think.
It's specifically.
It's just like it was when we approved it the first time, last time, it's the same thing.
Wasn't there a $9,000 rollover from this one to go, that was gonna eventually,
Do what, Corey?
there was like a $9,000 rollover from this one eventually with the previous board, it was going to the Lincoln Park.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it here, we've got $88,000 to spend, we're gonna match 44 of it.
Right, I knew the match, and it's like, it was something with the match, there was gonna be something left over.
Well, only thing left over is gonna be $900, we're gonna get credit for in kind to tear down the old equipment.
Okay.
That's the only funds left, but you gotta account for every penny, and they're gonna give us $900 credit for getting rid of the old playground equipment. Everything else gonna be contracted out, and that don't mean that it will be 88,000, it could be less, won't be more, but it could be a little less, you know.
And that's what, if there is less, can that, if there is anything left, can that go towards the
That'll
rollover?
go back, that money will go back, we'll keep our part and they'll keep their part. Then if you want to park it, add on to Lincoln Park, you have to apply for it next time. Just totally separate.
Okay, we need to do that, not go that way.
We have a motion, we approve City Park grant money.
Make a motion.
There's a second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
I'm much against leaving Lincoln Park out, but I will vote aye.
So that one, that's.
They, what they could have done, Ricky, is they could have added it in there to begin with,
Mhm.
and it would have been there. And we were
That's right.
told that it wasn't, it couldn't, they didn't have enough money. They sat right here and told us they had the money and it could have been added, but
And
this
they
is
didn't.
what they wanted to do.
Gotcha.
And Jesse was sitting right here and heard it. And that's two members from Southwest Development, they said they decided to do just the park down here. And that's nothing against anybody else, that's just the facts, that's what happened.
We need to look in and get Lincoln Park too.
I agree.
Yeah, we can work on that, there's plenty there if we gotta get it. Alright, discussion of the next CDBG grant. Don't have to make up your mind tonight, you may wanna be thinking on what you can spend it, what you wanna spend this money on if we get it. You don't have many choices. Fire department, you can get the community center, I call it schoolhouse. You can get money to fix it back up,
That's what
with
I'm
us
for.
being out 18%.
That's what I'm for.
Yeah, I agree with you, I'm for it too. And I'm getting some estimates on what it will cost to get it.
Do we know how much money is available through the city? Is it 500,000 up to?
This time I don't know where to be, used to rotate from 500,000 to $1 million, and sometimes 250. So I'll just have to check with them and see, so, I don't know. But we gotta get an estimate on this thing before we even know where we're at. And David Parker's gonna get that. And, but that's something y'all need to be thinking about in the next city meeting. We need to decide what y'all wanna do with that grant money. Now, this is just to apply for it, that don't mean we're gonna get a penny. But if we get approved, whatever it is, we'll pay 18% of it. So every $100,000, it's gonna cost us $18,000.
But we've got $30-something thousand of ARPA money left over that we can use.
That's right, you're exactly right. That's right. That's just something for you to think about, but it'll be on the agenda next month. We'll need to know by then. The next public hearing for the budget to be finalized or reviewed by the public will be June the 3rd at 6 o'clock. Gotta have a public meeting on this budget to make it legal.
That Tuesday night.
That's a Tuesday night.
Be when did you say?
June the 3rd.
That's 30 minutes before our regular meeting. Yeah. Hmm.
You said 6.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said
5:30.
5:30, I'm sorry. Regular meeting's at 6. Correct me. Thank you, Jason. Got one more thing. We had a total of $9,750 left in police salary. Moving $750 from the police salary to the audit. We're zeroing this account out. We're moving $4,500 from the police salary to the street repairs and general funds for culverts and ditches. And we're moving $4,500 from the police salary to line item for general funds for repair and maintenance and supplies. In other words, we're just shifting money. We're getting rid of all the police salary and moving it into other accounts where we don't have to deal with it. That's a line item we've done away with. That ain't nothing to vote on, that's how we fixed it, cause y'all need to know. That's what we're doing. We did just spend $2,300 this month on fire extinguishers, which required the state law, state fire marshal, and that was our lowest bid turned in, and that was for the school and police. Yeah, police, maintenance shed here and school, $2,300. And they come by and service them once a year, Chuck. And they were the cheapest. And we called it, huh?
Out of date were they?
Bad.
15 years, 17?
2011.
Oh, then I've called the exterminator to spray for, we got bugs in the building, so we don't need bugs. And Jessica found a little item left over from the last administration today.
Yeah.
It's, in one of the old freezers back there, they'd laid a cottonmouth steak inside one of the freezers, and laid it on top of a garbage bag and left it.
But it froze,
It was gross, it was nasty.
Stuck up the foot.
They stink no matter what.
After shitting on the floor, you would think they wouldn't want to put cottonmouth in the freezer.
Did you thaw it out to see if it'd come back to life?
No, I did not.
Anyway, that's just to keep you up to date. Anybody have any questions about anything else? We have a motion, we adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, like.